Hello everyone, it's Mrs. P. I am back to do our weekly check-in. This will be for our first week of March. We had a pretty good week. As far as spending goes, the weather's been kind of yucky, a lot of rain, and not much to do when it's raining. Everything went just as planned, so without having any spoiler alerts, the budget was pretty much what we expected. Everything, income, expenses, things like that. If you are new to my channel, I am a wife and a mother, and we are on a debt-free journey. I am a teacher, so I get paid once a month and only 10 months out of the year. My husband, he is employed for a corporation. He is a service tech, and he travels, quite a ways every day, but he always comes home at night. So that is us in a nutshell. So if you're new, I appreciate you hanging out with us, and if you are returning, welcome back. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to zoom you in so you can see. I'm going to try not to do this too quick. I tend to grab at the camera and zoom really fast. I don't want you to get sick. Okay, so starting with Mr. P, his income came in at $991.24. We had budgeted $1,000, which I'm seeing like a trend. We're either over or under just by a little bit with his check after we adjusted the withholdings for federal taxes. So I expect it to be, I'm going to keep budgeting $1,000. Usually overtime picks up in the spring and summer, so I'm just going to leave it there and just see how that works. All right, as far as my income, I got my check. It was $3,115.82. So it was just over, I'm not sure. I think it was the same amount last month, so that was $15. So I might start bumping this up a little bit. All right, and other came in at $320. This was the payments my boys made for their cell phones. They both paid their phone payment. And my other son, he's still on our insurance, and so he made his insurance payment. So that's what that is. All right, so our total income came in at $4,427.06. All right, so I'm going to move down to our expenses. And we have, at the beginning of the month and the end of the month, those are our two really heavy bill weeks. But we, luckily I get paid, so that covers this time of the month. So our mortgage came in at $1,115. Progressive is our car insurance. It was $247.59. Somebody mentioned and asked if I had shopped around with car insurance. And actually, this was the cheapest. I had previously been on Geico, and it actually came down $200 a month when I switched to Progressive. So what this covers is 4 adult drivers. It's got my husband, myself, my father-in-law, and my son. He'll be 25 this summer. So, and he pays his portion. Now, we pay for my father-in-law's portion of the bill, but this includes 4 adult drivers. All right, Assurant is, that's the renter's insurance for my son, who's also on our car insurance. He is still living in the college town where he graduated from college, and he's still renting the little house that he was at. So we have always kept renter's insurance, and he just pays that, he pays all his bills at the beginning of the month. All right, Microsoft came in at $18.18. That's the Xbox account for my daughter. She has 2 older brothers. So we have a 13-year-old, and then we have a 26 and a 24-year-old. And they both one lives a couple hours away, and one lives across the country. So playing Xbox with her brothers is one way that she keeps in touch with them, and they're very close, so I don't mind paying that so that they can keep that connection. All right, car wash, $42.79. This is like one of the only things that I just do as an extra expense for myself. We live in the country. We have long dirt roads, and I get unlimited car washes for $42.79. If things got really tight, of course, we would cut this. This is, you know, kind of a luxury expense, but my goodness, it's worth it. All right, Life 360 is $8.55. And of course, if you don't know what Life 360 is and you have young drivers, this is the best app to try to keep up with where everybody is. In fact, we have it all, both of my parents, my father-in-law, my brother, siblings, everybody's on this same app so that we all know, you know, it's just a safety thing. When you live, you know, quite a ways away from, you know, big hospitals and stuff, it's nice to have just access to know where everybody's at and make sure they're safe. All right, so this section came to be $1,447.03. It was a little bit under because I always round up to the nearest dollar. So I'm going to take my expenses from our income, and that leaves us with $2,980.03. Okay, now I'm going to move down to this section with our sinking funds and our savings. Let me go ahead and move this total down, $2,980.03. Month ahead, this is my savings that I take out each week to help cover our expenses over the summer when I'm not getting paid. Sinking funds and savings challenges. Savings challenges is basically sinking funds. So I just took $50 from where I would have already put it in sinking funds just to make saving a little bit more fun. All right, nothing towards savings because we have not a fully funded emergency fund, but a good emergency fund. So this section didn't change. It was $470, and that left us with $2,510.03. Okay, so then I take this total and I move it up here to our cash expenses, and that was $2,510.03. Okay, and so this money is kind of just like my sinking funds. I pull it out of the bank at the beginning of the week to stuff my wallet, and so far I have not used my debit card to purchase anything extra, groceries, household stuff, things like that. Now occasionally, like, I'll order something from Amazon or Sam's, but I always put that money, take it out of my cash envelope and just put it back in the bank. All right, so groceries, we took out $150. Pet supplies, $20. Household was $20. Mr. P, $15. Mrs. P, $45. Miss P, $15. 24 sporting events. Eating out was $20. Gas, I did take out $60. I just filled up, and it was $44. So I'll take that $16 that's remaining and roll it over because I know that with us in soccer season, we're going to have more gas expenses some weeks, so I just want to be prepared for that. And I just thought that would be the easiest way rather than putting it in the bank. I don't know. I just thought that if I had it out and saved it that way, it would make more sense to me. Anyway, so this section, we had nothing unbudgeted. I put that in there without even saying. The last couple of weeks, we've had some unbudgeted expenses, but this week we were good. All right, so this section stayed at $365, and that left us with $2,145.03. Okay, then I'm going to move down here to our debt section. All right, so $2,145.03. Xbox came out for $38.41. Truck came out for $470. Wells Fargo, I have it on auto pay, and I thought it was supposed to take the minimum out. I don't know, but I guess I had put 75. I'm never getting this one right. I don't know. I mess it up each month, but it was 75 instead of 70, even though the minimum payment was 69. And right now we're not working on any of these debts because our Snowball card is my credit union card, so I don't know. But anyway, $20 came out for Citibank. The ortho came out at $88, and right now we're not putting anything toward the Snowball. The only time I will put something toward the Snowball, like before the end of the month, is if, say, my husband's check came in $50 extra than we had budgeted, then I would go ahead and put $50 toward the snowball. But since it didn't, and we didn't have any other like unexpected income, then I'm just going to leave the snowball at 0 because we put all the leftover money at the end of the month toward our snowball. So the debt section was $691.41. And that leaves us with $1,453.62. And for the first time in several weeks, our actual leftover money is a little bit higher than what we had anticipated, which is good because the last few weeks it's been under and we've kind of had to play catch up with it. So that's a good start to the month. So I'm pretty happy with that. So there is our budget for the week. And as you see, there was nothing unexpected. Everything kind of went as planned. Eating out, we did take out $20 for eating out, and we have not used that yet. We're kind of saving it up. But we haven't gone to any restaurants and, sat and had dinner and been spoiled like that in a long time. We went out one time in February. But right now we're just really trying to focus on debt. I know that we will have some eating out expenses when my oldest son comes in. He's flying in toward the end of March. So I expect us to kind of have a more messed up budget then. So anyway, that is the week. And I'm happy to say, things went better. The school days have been better. Some days are hard, and I try not to vent and complain here on YouTube because this is my happy place, on YouTube, and I want it to be your happy place too. But some days it's just really hard. But I do want to say that I teach ELA, and if you don't know what that means, it's English Language Arts. And we just started Shakespeare, and I was really dreading it because in 8th grade, the boys have been really not very enthusiastic about reading Shakespeare, but the enthusiasm has completely shifted. I wish that I could share some stories about how stoked they are every day to see fighting over the parts. We're reading A Midsummer Night's Dream, and they have been just so excited about this play. It's crazy. I never expected it. So anyway, that's just some good news. All right, so here we are, the end of the video. I'm going to do our tradition and blow out the candle. You can see Nick hanging out in there, right there in the middle. And we're going to say goodnight because right now it's nighttime at my house and we're ready to go to bed. So good night, friends.